What is cooking, everybody? I am Max, the part-time pit master, and y'all are watching Part-Timers Pit Barbecue. And on this episode, what I'm cooking, some brisket barbecue pinto beans. Look at that. Delicious, tender chunks of brisket. Beans. Oh yeah, and I also put some chorizo in there. So anyway, before I eat this in front of y'all, let's go back to how I made it. Well, we let our pit come up to temp. Let me show you what we're working with. So we got the Dutch pot. I got these beans that I've been soaking here, and I'm going to pre-boil them for about an hour with green onions and garlic. Then I got some chorizo here that I took out of the casing, and we're going to sear that up first. Then we are going to go with some garlic, jalapeños, and white onion. And then last but not least, we're going to throw in the chunks of brisket. This is leftover brisket, so yeah, good way to use your leftovers. Alright, so all our coals are nice and heated up. I've spread them out a little bit so they're not so condensed over here. First things first, we're going to get our Dutch pot over the heat. And then I'm going to take our chorizo. We're going to throw it right there. We're just going to let it cook down. It's going to release its oils. And then at that point, once it starts to cook down, release its oils, we are going to add the jalapenos, garlic, and onion. Let that cook down a bit. Then we're going to add our brisket. Once our brisket's added to there, mixed it, then we're going to put the beans in, the liquid, and let it all cook down together. So first step, we got to cook down this chorizo. All right, now that our chorizo is cooked down a bit, giving out the grease, we're gonna add our jalapenos and onions. Give that a stir, and then we'll add in our garlic. Our next step is to add the brisket, but we're going to let these cook down a bit. Alright, so it's smelling nice up in here. It's looking good. I put some coals underneath it and banked the rest off to the side. Now we are going to add our leftover brisket. Now the fat's going to also render out, so we're going to keep cooking this down. Probably like 15 minutes. We'll come and check and see if we're ready for the beans and the liquid. But anyway, that's looking fire. Come on. All right, so our brisket's been cooking down for like maybe 15-20 minutes here. Everything's coming together. It's smelling amazing. All right, give it a little stir, stir, stir. And now we're gonna add in our beans. So I pre-boiled these beans for about an hour. And then we're adding them in here. And then we're going with some beef broth here. Not the whole box, but I'd say maybe like 3/4 of it. And then we'll go in with some water. One sec. Here we go. And the water. And then throughout the cook, if it's looking a little dry, I add a little bit of water just to moisten things up. Throwing in a chunk of cherry there. And we're going to let this now cook down. Okay, beans are starting to cook down. Add a little bit more water to it, but it's looking good. So at this point, I'm gonna add my seasonings now. So you have chili powder, chipotle powder, black pepper, garlic powder, Lawry's, cayenne, and the Lawry's is actually more. It's just the other stuff is over top of it. So put that in there. Stir that all in. And we're gonna keep letting it cook down. All right, it is coming along nicely. Now I'm gonna add in some homemade barbecue sauce I made yesterday. This is gonna give us the vinegar. It's gonna add some sweetness. Add a little body to the sauce. But come on. That is looking good. And we're back. So let me get a mouthful. Oh my God. Now this is kind of like this has a very southwestern feel to it. Very peppery. I guess even like a West Texas kind of vibe with the brisket and everything. A little spice. Got that chorizo and that jalapeno in there. But it's kind of like a stewy bean. Or not, yeah, like a stewy bean. Or like a chili bean. But yeah. Like, look at that. This is killer. But you're probably going to need the Tums after this. This is fire. This is probably the best beans I made. Flavor wise. Just like the amount of meat. It's just chunked up in there. This is so good. Oh my God. Y'all gotta try this. Y'all have to try this for sure. Yeah, like, subscribe, share. If you try this out, hit me up on Instagram, tag me. Oh, this is fire. Oh my God. Peace. I'm out.